What's up, Army? Welcome back to Redemption 46 Studios. I'm Nick.
I'm Keith.
I'm Zach.
I'm Curtis.
I'm Mary Jane Uzumaki.
You know the vibes. Y'all seen the picture. Y'all seen the thumbnail. BTS Persona. This is the comeback trailer. This was heavily requested. This is a Discord request too from Poetic Justice. So
Thank you.
Yeah, don't be scared, y'all. Drop those anything y'all want to see in the reaction request, y'all, and we'll slowly but surely start attacking things that we see on there. But without further ado, bro, we can jump right into the mix.
All right.
Yo.
나는 누구인가 평생 물어온 질문 아마 평생 정답을 찾지 못할 그 질문 나는 놈의 고정 말 몇 개를 답할 수 있었다면 신께서 그 수많은 나는 답을 담아주신 않았겠지 how you feel 지금 기분이 어때 사실 난 너무 좋아 근데 조금 불편해 나는 내가 객이 되진지 뭔지도 아직 까먹겠는데 남들이 와서 진주 먹버린 거네 예전보다 더 짓고서 소원했던 슈퍼히로 이제 진짜 된 것 같아 근데 갈수록 뭐 말들이 많어 누군 달리하고 누군 멈춰서라 해 얘는 숲을 보라고 걔는 들곳을 보라 해내 그림자라는 막소리 이라쓰고 불렀네 개그가 되고 나서 망설인 적이 없었네 머리 아랬던 나는 조명 아랬던 자꾸 나타나 지라니처럼 뜨겁게 자꾸 나 노려보네 야기수에 시작한 거지 벌써 이제냐 넌 그냥 들어주는 네가 있단 게 막 좋았던 거야 가끔은 그냥 싹 다 헛소리 같아 shaman 나오는 거 알지 시기 같아 나 따위가 무슨 뮤직 나 따위가 무슨 춤 나 따위가 무슨 소명 나 따위가 무슨 뮤즈 내가 아는 나의 그 모점 그게 삶의 전부 세상은 사실 아무 관심 없어 나의 서춤 진실이지도 않은 후회들과 매일 밤 싱그럽게 이끌고 돌릴 길 없는 시간들이 습관처럼 비틀어도 그때마다 날 또 이렇게 세운 것 최초의 질문 내일은 성샤 그 가장 앞에 와야 버스 I'm asking once again who the hell am I? Tell me your names baby do you want it die? Or do you want it go? Do you want it fly? What's it show? What's it trick? Do you think it lie?
Mic drop.
Oh shit
I like that.
I don't know man
Nas with
what
shit.
Yeah, my name is all 내가 기억하고 사람들이 아는 날 토로하기 위해 내가 스스로 만들어낸 나의 날 속여왔을지도 뻥쳐왔을지도 부끄럽지 않아 이게 내 영혼의 지금 You're my soul 넌 절대로 너의 홍도를 내지 같은 지도 차갑게도 될 필요 없으니까 가끔은 위선적이어도 위약적이어도 내가 걸어두고 싶은 내 방향의 척도 내가 보고 싶은 나 사람들이 원하는 나 네가 사랑하는 나 또 내가 빚어내는 나 웃고 있는 나 가끔은 울고 있는 나 지금도 매부 가사라 속시는 persona Who the hell am I? I just wanna go I just wanna fly I just wanna give you all the voices till I die I just wanna give you all the shots when you cry Persona Who the hell am I? I just wanna go I just wanna fly I just wanna give you all the voices till I die I just wanna give you all the shots when you cry
Shout out to RM, man. It's crazy too because sometimes I try to watch our videos with an outsider's point of view, just to kind of read the room and everything all like that. And for a minute now, I'm not gonna say RM hasn't been getting like a lot of love because Kurt just showed him love when we had the whole debate of who had the best bars on which one was that? Tier. Was it ironically was that outro tier? Yeah, but it's sometimes we need these palate cleanses for like, you know what I mean, for people to just kind of go on their shit. But he was different, man. This is, if Jerick was here, he'd be like, this is hip hop. This shit didn't even need, like, if he could have been in a dark room just going off like that. I like this a lot. This getting downloaded.
Honestly, like, I kind of was thinking the same thing since I joined. You guys really didn't talk about RM like a lot. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he's phenomenal.
I know from what I'm.
He's
from
my
what
record. He's my record.
Yeah.
You know what the issue is? I'm sorry to cut you off, but no, the issue is a lot of his good stuff, his hot stuff, like we kind of covered before you joined the panel.
Right.
So it's kind of like we didn't really have the stuff to show you, and then when we would get into some of the stuff, it's kind of like.
Yeah,
You know
and
what I
this,
mean?
so yeah, I feel what you're saying, but this for me, I feel
yeah.
like I finally can see who RM is, because
You got to play a joke, or do you?
Yeah, not to mention Moo, like he write for the whole group.
Yeah.
Like he's the leader, so like he's always leading the charge at interviews and everything else.
it's nice to see this though.
Yeah, like he, you know what I mean, what does it say, have one of the highest IQs like in SK. So like
Like he's super smart.
we know that we know his like his resume and everything like that, and we have nothing but love for him. But I just find it funny, the last like whole batch of videos and stuff has been J-Hope centric or like Sugar centric.
Yeah, and I think that's just like my whole point is just I didn't know, you know what I'm saying, from when I joined that he could rap like this from when I joined. So this is wild. I like this.
Before y'all get your shit out too, BTS is just like it don't be fair. So like let's say like, you know, this is a safe place. Let's have an honest discussion. Let's say like Jin was your least favorite person. But then when it was time, I looked collectively around.
No,
you feel guilty?
I feel guilty.
I literally went like
attacked.
this, then looked
feel
around.
attacked.
No, but let's just say like he's like not your favorite person. When it was time to do Jin night, it's just like you seen a whole nother side of him,
Right.
and you just was like, hold on, wait, I thought bro was just a ballad singer, like, you know what I mean? But then we saw different flows, cadences, and just his singing stuff.
You get a deeper appreciation.
Yeah, so like we appreciate him so much more. Same with V Night, same with Jim, and same with Suge, and then clearly with J Hope. Like J Hope, you know, Lowe's probably in there or whatever, probably still up. I felt like he was about to leave Cookie and V and shit for Hope nowadays. Like, all I have to say, like, it's just really good to get some more appreciation for RM and stuff. It feels like it's been missed, and this feels like a good day.
I'm actually happy that this is happening because I want to, you know, hear like every member, like their solos, just so I can just see who they are outside of, you know what I'm saying,
Outside of the group.
So I definitely do appreciate this, and I want to hear more.
Yeah, we'll be doing some more stuff just because I know they definitely want us to do a different version of like the a couple of the Jim and Jones, a couple of like the V stuff or whatever. So we'll be re-jumping back into their solo stuff, live performances and stuff, so you can see more.
Okay.
But who didn't talk? Did y'all two go on? I'm sorry.
When that beat first came on, I'm not even gonna lie, I felt like Jay-Z when he was in the studio with, who was he in the studio with? It wasn't Pharrell.
What song is it? 99 Problems? Or
Yeah,
no? Rick
99
Rubin.
Yep, Rick Rubin. When he just went out, took the head off, was like,
One of my favorite joints off the Black Album.
like when that came on, bro, that beat was crazy, and the ad-libs in the background just made that beat go even crazier,
I can
yo.
see it
Like,
now. Yeah.
that beat was like, oh my god, like
funny because it's the
doing
same kind of beat and everything
Yeah.
too. It's because it has that rock riff type Rick
exactly.
Rubin.
That
Nas definitely like this. I'm sorry to talk about that.
he ripped this. That definitely RM killed this beat, yo. I don't think he could have did any better. Like he did what he was supposed to do.
I might
This
like
beat
this.
hard.
Kurt, you hear me? I might like this over Joke a little bit. No.
This beat definitely.
Then his
go
guitar
hard.
riff right here is
Yeah.
My favorite joint from him might be what's the joint? Do you?
I was gonna put that joint on anyway.
Go off, bro. Oh yeah, bros. I'm sorry.
I'm
Go
gonna let you
do
clean,
you're good.
clean up the bases.
You're good.
No, going back to what you were saying, definitely what you were saying. That was pretty much the whole point I was gonna make. We get so enamored with J-Hope and with Sugar and everything else that we kind of forget who RM is and you know the talent level that he has and the way he can be a wordsmith and you know switch up the flows or whatever because we only hear him kind of one way, but it might be to highlight everybody else. You know what I mean? He might be pulling back a little bit so that everybody else. Not to say that he kind of has to sandbag for anybody, but you know what I mean?
I think that's a better route of going through things because I've like shown other people BTS and I've showed them like, you know, like RM's the leader and I've heard people say, well, if I was the leader, I'd just be writing all my shit. I'll get my clips off and like almost not give any. You shouldn't mess with people that think like that in real life anyway. But just to
we've
be
seen
like,
cases where he thinks the total opposite of that.
yeah, where it's just like this would be a good track for such and such.
I think
or
it's
this verse is
just that
for
he lays the groundwork. He often has the first verse. He sets the tone of everything, and then everyone else kind of feeds off that tone. So sometimes you kind of forget about the groundwork laid because someone else really takes it somewhere else, during their verse.
But that's why
that's all artistry and storytelling to begin with.
That's why I think it's I'm not gonna say not fair. Normally, when you're the first person to go on a track, especially when it's 7 members or just 3 in your rap line, not saying that 9 times out of 10 your verse is, I don't want to say the worst, but 9 times out of 10 everyone after you is elevating the track. And like I think you said in the last reaction, sometimes that's due to production. Sometimes the beat has to build itself up and everything, so someone might get a gift from being the third verse. Like it's just like, oh, well, the beat gonna break down and die, like and go off on my part and stuff. So I think that's the thing too, because RM, he always kind of leads the charge, and then like you said, shit can kind of just go up from the production. But yeah, that was my spiel.
Well, funny enough, that's kind of what we were talking about a little bit with Tomorrow, when it's like, the first verse is a little bit of like the past, like yesterday, then the middle verse is kind of about like, seemingly, today, what you're dealing with currently, and then the third verse is about like, the you that you're trying to set up for tomorrow, sort of, and the beat kind of builds to that, and and J-Hope comes in and represents that ideal perfectly within the song. But it's just funny that like I just try to look at everything holistically as best I can, as far as like the story that's being told and everything. But all that to say that they're just such a well-oiled machine, like when they're together. But it is really nice to see them in their element too, to kind of have a chance to fully get their clip off and to tell stories that are, no pun intended, but personal to them,
Were you watching the last Rise with us or no?
No,
What was it about?
It was just us
it was me and you, Pied Piper.
on the Pied Piper joint.
Wait, I think I did.
Nah, it was just me and him. You were on the joint prior too.
Yeah, we rapped for like an hour.
We finally started catching studio sessions with them. When V was in there, mind you, it's just like V was on there. He was like, "No, genuinely sound good on here." And we was like, "Yo, we never seen the studio sessions with them outside of the Universe joint."
My own time.
You can't get they was getting caught up earlier. But all that to say, like I wondered, I want to see more of that, like the process and everything, because from everything it seems like RM definitely has a, how can I word this? He definitely like obviously does all the lyrics and stuff. Sugar does the productions, or is P Dog, or who else does productions for them?
Sugar.
No, I said Sugar.
P Dog.
Said P Dog. Your friend isn't listening to you.
What's it?
When your friend
Slow Rabbit.
P Dog.
Yeah, Sugar. Those are the usual suspects.
Steve Aoki?
Well, not all.
Was that a one-off?
A couple.
I think a couple.
I think they have a couple Jones. You just playing around there.
It's low enough.
Wait, aren't we still doing isn't that reaction?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
We're just talking.
Oh no, because you changed the joint, so I didn't know.
Yeah, he was trying
Thanks
to,
for telling everybody.
Oh, sorry.
This might be the best joint, yeah. Good, I can listen to it for like a minute. This is RM again.
What should I?
Oh, you can talk if you want to. You want to get something else up?
Yeah,
But it's distracting.
a little bit. Nah, he fucks himself though.
되는 순간 바보 되니까 fuck that You're the only one never 완벽하진 않아도 한정판 레고 잡힌 누군가를 탐내게 됐어 그니까 넌 그냥 너를 해줘 Do you
This is when he was in U.S., right? Ironically.
So I said, well, I ain't never heard him curse.
Yeah,
RM on the joint like, fuck you.
not pop, I'm not rock, I'm not funk, I'm not R&B or hip hop.
He talking to Joe Button.
You ain't 따라간 더 good. 소란 안 달라도 good. 그냥 이제 치다 hood. 원래 모두 처음부터 맞고 틀린 건 없어서 각자가 좀 다른 boy. Haters go, hate ain't place, gon' play. Motherfuckers keep motherfucking all day. Follow my shit, my friend, and I'll pay. 내가 널 지금 맺혀줄게. You, do, 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 you, do,
Oh. Hashtag pressure. That bandana and hat combo.
That's a fly combo on him though.
Like a villain right there.
It was there. So.
Chaos about to happen.
Look like a Naruto villain.
Oh shit. Feel like you gotta fight him. This is his final form. But yeah, just wanted to show y'all that as some reference to. That's what I said. This is one of my favorite solo joints from him. Joker's another joint. But yeah, did anybody else have anything they want to add
Did you want to finish your clip? You seem to get sidetracked.
I didn't start. All I have to say, I got a lot for this one. But okay, so I love a lot about this, especially, but it's definitely in the lyricism, for sure, because I like the whole. I mean, for one, the whole kind of theme of it is just basically about separating the false sides of yourself and kind of like examining them and then coming to that full self-actualization. You know, they talk about like psychology and shit like that. Like your higher self is like your best form of yourself and everything. But I like how in the verses in the first verse he's like, I don't know if I'm a dog or a pig or anything. Like I kind of don't know where I stand. But then everyone else around you placing the pearl necklace around you, he'd say, just basically like everyone's crowning you as a sort of a king or anything like that.
Pearl necklace.
Yeah, basically everyone kind of crowning you as a king, and you don't know if you believe that about yourself.
What a saying too. Also, don't get pearls of pigs. You know what I mean? You ever heard that saying?
I actually haven't, but that adds more to the wordplay.
Like you wouldn't give your best ideas to somebody who ain't shit.
Oh, like your pearls of wisdom,
right,
so to speak. Okay, that makes a lot more sense too. So yeah, I mean that's just another layer to like what would now I guess be a double entendre.
Double entendre.
Yeah, but so again, like things like that are awesome. But then also at the end, he kind of, or the end of the first verse, he alludes to sometimes I don't know if I want to like look at the forest or look at the wildflower, like basically in the forest. Like am I zero in on a very specific goal or something very specific about myself, or am I taking the grand picture, like presumably like your journey up to this point? Like I've achieved so much, but yet like so I mean just kind of evaluating like are you being like how you're properly assessing yourself, I guess. But and then when you get to the later verses, he kind of comes to that that sort of realization where it's more like for example, in the video, you see like a ton of copies of him, I guess. But it's funny because they're all in like kind of like a perfect suit, but they're like android like, and his where he is in the video is like all like the suit's like kind of loose, the tie's undone, the shirt's untucked, like seemingly like that's the real me. I'm not like that kind of person. But And again, he has that moment where he's like looking at the higher self, so to speak. And it's just a conversation of like who you want to be versus who like you're aspiring to be, seemingly. So all those things. And I know there's like a couple others. I just don't want to trip over myself. If you guys want to jump in real quick.
Yeah.
If you notice anything.
Oh, okay. If you need a little breather second, I got you. I'll be your relief pitcher. Nah, but did we talk about the cadences and everything on here too and stuff?
Only what Zach mentioned.
Yeah, because besides the fact, like obviously we know what's up with RM Pen. Like anytime you're writing for 7 people for like 4,000 songs, like clearly, you know what I mean. We know what's up with the pen. But I like his cadence when he get like on his rap shit. Because sometimes to me RM could be very sometimes he's even poetic rapping, if that makes sense. Like to a fault.
That's a slow pace.
Yeah, where it's just like these feels like someone's telling like a haiku or something like that almost sometimes. And it's like it's not no issue, but I think sometimes that'll be the deterrent when I hear Suge rap how he rap, so and then aggressive. Hope does kind of whatever he wants. So sometimes to me it'll always be like I said, I don't want to make it sound like everyone's upping you, but like the cadence will say a lot. Sometimes to me, especially if your cadence is coming off faster than me reading the lyrics. So like I said, I just love kind of when he jumps in that other like realm and goes dark, like evil RM,
Evil RM,
Rooster RM. Shazak, anything else you want to add?
Nah, this is on solid.
He's like, I got my clip off. I'm good, brah.
Good, brah.
Brah.
That was another thing I wanted to touch on. Was he basically described the spotlight being on him and everything like that, but then he alluded to the heat of the spotlight, and then he said how like overwhelming the heat was getting. So literally, like I just like that wordplay as far as like everything coming to like a boiling point, but it's literally from the spotlight that's cast on you and everything. So again, you know, with the wordplay, but also a lot of things too I love about the video. In the beginning, everything is looking down on him from the camera angles aspect, and he's in like a literal classroom and everything. But then when he you know, like learning and shit like that. But then when he's the higher version of himself, like towards the end, he's all in front of like podiums and things like that, like speaking to everyone. So it's kind of taking you from that position of learning to that position of like you've achieved your higher self. You're now kind of you know, speaking from a place of power rather than, you know, than from weakness or anything like that.
No, it also feels like, I mean, clearly the song is called what, Persona?
Yeah.
So like you got different personas of him. You got the business corporate one of him, which is what him in the suit with the shirt untucked. You also got the underground rapper, which is, you know, him in the colorful hoodie, and you got like the BTS RM, which is him in like the white shirt, looking like real fresh and fly and whatnot, and what have you. And which each with a different setting and a different background, and you know what I mean, a different feel, a different vibe, a different color palette. The kind of play on the personas that he has. You know what I mean? So I thought that was definitely dope. I thought that was cool. And it also plays off the theme of the album. Because remember, this is the same album that Shadow is on. You know what I mean? The same album that Black Swan is on.
Map of Soul. So
yeah.
It's his individual story of like finding himself.
Yeah, so like all those things are on that same album. And you know, all those different things that are, you know, being talked about, kind of, everything kind of correlates. So, I mean, like, we talked about this before at one point, putting an album together so that it tells a complete and coherent story.
At least when you're good.
Right, at least when you're good. Some people just throw shit against the wall and hope it stick. This ain't that. And so, you know, they definitely do a good job of creating that story with their albums and their songs and their song choices and where they put the songs on the album. So I think this was a great intro.
Yeah, now that you said that now, it definitely all makes sense.
Because even that shot with him on the cube and everybody down almost looks like the same shot that Sugar had in Shadow with him on the stage.
Him on the stage, John.
And everybody taking the pictures down below.
It's like the same composition between your foreground and your background.
Which one was My Time on? Is My Time on 7 or not?
My Time is on, yeah. It was on 7 as well.
Did they all individually have a track about pop life and about life like that? Because literally every song you just named was a song with one of them basically kind of referencing like my personas and having to deal with the K world. And
no, that would make sense though.
Okay, so Oh, look, y'all albums have themes. Shit, I forgot. So, you know,
It can happen.
yeah, nah, that's dope. Then it's crazy. You slowly but surely are putting up a good case for why that might be like one of the best albums they have too.
I mean,
And that's a thing for me too, as far as like anytime artists go down a road of introspection and everything like that, like I just feel like it resonates so much more personally. But it's ironic because again, you know, we talk about stories within songs and how they build with each other, but then stories how they build within albums as far as songs and everything. But funny enough, they build kind of album to album, like the journey of finding yourself versus then the journey of Wings, where you're literally embracing kind of those things about yourself and like it's just the way they progressively kind of tell stories, whether it's from verse to verse, song to song, or album to album. It's just you can kind of see how they all like build off each other.
Let us know how y'all feel about the album. Hashtag Redeemers. Let us know what other solo RM tracks that we got to jump into. Don't flood us too much. Might have to save some for when his birthday roll around.
how about that?
Right.
Someone's like 8 months.
8 months. Fuck that. Play it now. Love y'all guys to death. We'll go holla at
Love
y'all.
y'all.
Peace.
Take care.